Hey, welcome back to Chosen Queen Nate. I'm back with another message that I'm so excited to be breaking down for y'all today. And we're going to do the top 5 ways to make major moves in your life. If you're trying to make major moves and you're wondering why, when you try to make these major moves, everything is not going, or maybe you haven't even attempted to make a major move, but you are like, okay, I want to make this major move. What do I do? You got some ideas. So here you can learn from me, an experienced person that is intuitive, been making these moves, we've been seeing some great, awesome results. God is definitely moving in my life, and I can't wait to share with y'all my tips, my top 5 tips. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to say is number 5. The first thing you want to do is write it down. Write it down. Write what you want down, okay? I guess this will be the number 1 step. Number 1, write what you want down. It's time to plant the seed. It's time to tell the universe what you want. It's one thing to think about it in your head, but it's makes a way bigger, better, magical request when you put it on paper. It's like you're setting it in stone, carving it in the dirt. You are telling the universe, this is what I would like for you to bring to me. This is what I would like to manifest. This is my intention. This is my desire. This is what I'm requesting. Right? When you write it down, put it on paper. That is like, okay, everything that's on this list, I want done. I want to see this thing prosper for myself. So that is setting the intention. I would call that setting an intention. Write this thing down. You do not want to not write it down. Writing it down is going to be essential. That's the first thing. Now, the second thing I got on my list for the top 5 ways to make major moves is to believe you can achieve what you wrote down. Once you write it down, you got to know you worthy. I don't care how big the goal is. If you put a billionaire on there, you got to know you worthy, and you got to know that, all right, I can put in the work, I can put in the effort to get there. Because sometimes people write big goals down and gotta be ready to bless you with it, but some people don't be willing to do the work. They just want it to fall out the sky, and God is like, no, I can bring you that, but in order for me to bring you that, you're gonna have to do a lot to get to that. You're gonna have to take the proper measures and steps and goals so I can give it to you. I can't give it to you because you haven't gotten certain prerequisites out the way. So you can receive it. Do something to receive it. So what you're gonna do is believe you can achieve it no matter how big the goal is, no matter what it is that you put on the paper, because this is now the time to dream big. Don't be putting nothing small on the paper. Put something that you really want to see yourself doing, no matter how outrageous. It could be your childhood dream, but put that on the paper and then believe you're worth it coming. Believe it and affirm it. Do whatever you have to do to believe and affirm that what you wrote on this paper is going to come to you, and you're dedicated no matter what for it to come to you. You're going to put in the work for it to come. So if you know you're going to put in the work for it to come, then that should be enough belief right there. All right, I'm about to do whatever it takes to get this thing here. So no matter what, God gonna give me the patience, the strength. He will connect and give me the right connections in order for me to make this happen. He's gonna put me in the right situations. He's gonna put me in the right room. He's gonna put me around the right people. They gonna come to me. I'm not even gonna have to change. This is gonna be set up in my life, how this thing is gonna come together. So you have to affirm it, know your worth, and believe and affirm that what you wrote down is going to come to you. Don't you go back from this after you write it down. You affirm it. All right, I'm gonna be a billionaire. God's gonna make me a billionaire. I'm gonna be financially free. I'm not gonna have to worry about anything. I'm gonna have some of the best business, the biggest business in the world, or I'm gonna have the greatest marriage of a lifetime. Or whatever it is, I'm gonna have the best kids, whatever it is that you desire, okay? I'm gonna preach in front of millions of people. I don't know what it is that you desire, but I'm just throwing this out there. Affirm it and know that you're worth it. Start saying them affirmations too. Whatever you got to do to affirm it. Maybe your way of affirming things could be mine. I have several ways. Let me just tell you my ways. And maybe you can say you can relate, or you can drop down in the comment section some ways that you affirm things in your life. I got a couple of ways. Sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and I tell myself whatever it is. Like if I'm like, whatever goal it is, I had to put myself up. I'm like, all right, so Elise. I look at myself and I use my government name, which is Elise. I'd be like, Elise, you are beautiful. You are powerful. You got this. You are confident. So you got to do that sometimes to yourself too, or whatever the goal is. I do such and such and such and such. Like you look at yourself in the mirror and you say it, or you say an affirmation in the I am form and in the you form. You're gonna say it to your conscious and your subconscious. I used to do that a lot. I love my happy home, happy family, happy neighborhood now. Yes, this is true. You love your happy home, happy family, happy neighborhood now. I said it so much to where it got into my spirit to where all I did was make sure that I got it done. And everything that all those affirmations, it was embedded in my spirit. I affirmed it. I believed it. And no matter how long it took, I knew what I affirmed. So it had to come to me. It's going to return to you. Got to be patient. So believe and affirm is the number 2 thing. Really the number 4, but I'm going to say number 2. That's the next step that you're going to want to take after you write it down. Gotta believe and affirm, okay? Don't want to stay there till my last minute. Come on, get to the next one. So, and there was something else I was going to say about the affirm. I feel like you can affirm in so many different ways. So I'm going to tell you another way. So if you're single or if you're not single, sex magic. Sex magic, you can say it. We said the affirmation right before you're about to climax, or right before you're about to for men is ejaculate. Right before you're about to have an orgasm. We're adults. We can talk like this. I hope y'all not offended that if you kids, if you under the age of 21, you ain't supposed to be on here anyway. So don't come in here, this is not appropriate for you, leave. But as adults, when we just saying this for informational purposes, that's another way that you can manifest too. People don't know about sex magic. They don't know about the release, and they don't know about creation. We create from our womb for our body. So as your body is climaxing, that would be a great time to manifest, to put things out there. I'm giving y'all some gems. Like, share, subscribe if y'all feeling the messages. Check, and I want y'all to test it out too. Test out what I'm telling you. Test out what I'm telling you. I dare you to try it. Okay, so that's a good way to manifest and affirm and believe it. If some people got to stomp on the ground, people stomp on the ground, chant. Some people got to sing a song in their spirit. Some people got to pray. Keep on praying about it until you know for a fact. There's so many ways that you can affirm it. What works best for you? There is no right or wrong way. There is no best blueprint. I'm throwing how to get it done. You incorporate and fill in the blanks to what you like to do, and then this method will work for you. Okay. So the next thing I have here is, the number 3 thing. Is this number 3? Yes. The number 3 thing is, don't speak on it. Protect your goals. Move towards your goals and protect your goals. Whatever you wrote down and whatever you're so proud of and affirmed in your spirit, don't go around boasting and telling everybody everything. Keep your confidence up and everything. But right now, that's not the time to start telling everybody everything. And I'm dropping a video on here that says, don't tell everybody your business. I think that's going to be the title of it. And I'm elaborating more on that video. So just look for that video. But basically, you don't want to tell everybody your business because it stifles energy. People start talking about what you're doing, and then you have spectators, and then they start throwing the shade, the negative energy, because they can't do what you think that you're confident doing. They don't got the confidence, and it never works. It can work, but it delays the progress because it got all this other energy of people's opinions and thoughts of what you should and shouldn't do in the mix. So if you want to see some fast manifestations, and this is a major big move, and you don't want to take no loss, you don't want to deal with no competition because people will hear what you're doing and they want to go do it, and everything else. So if you don't want to go through all that, don't tell nobody nothing. Just keep mum's the word on this. It's not time. You'll know when it's time to speak on it, but for a while you want to let it grow. You want to let it cultivate. You want to let it blossom. So don't tell. If I were you, I wouldn't tell anybody anything. Okay, just keep it to yourself. Get excited and share that with you and God. And that's what's going to help you make a major move. Just staying on the hush about it. Write it down, believe it, affirm it, get it down in your head that you're worthy and that you can receive it. And then once you don't tell nobody, you cover it and protect it. You're not telling nobody what you're about to do. The next thing is to make a move. Take an action towards it. Show the universe, I believe what I wrote down. I believe that this can happen. I believe, I believe so much. I'm now gotta make a move towards it. Shoot, if I know my intention was buying a mansion right now, I need to making sure that my credit and my income is matching the mansion I want, or how I can get that together. Talking to loan officers or whatever it is, or looking at my savings, seeing how much I have for this, and do whatever it is. You're preparing or going. I'm gonna spend money. If you got an adventure, an idea to open a restaurant, I'm going to go look at locations. I'm going to go see how much the rent is. I'm going to start looking at my menu. I'm going to start buying food and testing out food and coming up with the recipe. Just start making little strides. No matter what, it's what you feel comfortable with. If you can make a big jump and a big leap, you better do it. If you can, ain't got time and you slowly trying to get out of a 9 to 5 and make this thing happen and all that, take your time. It's up to you. It's your pace. It's how what works best for you. It's the way you want to do it. That's the best thing about this is you in control. You in control. You can do it however you want to do it. But do it. Make those moves. Make the effort. You can seek advice from professionals if you need to. That's what's gonna make you feel comfortable, so you're not doing anything so blindly to where you might be a little afraid, etc. But you're going to make the move. Take an action towards the goal. Let the universe know I believe that this is going to happen and I'm making the move so the ball can get rolling. Okay. So making the move is the next thing. And my number one, which I already was trying to say is my number two, but it's my number one, and that's set it or forget it. Once you make the move, don't start panicking. Don't start going crazy. Don't start overdoing things. Know that you made the move, and then the universe is going to move and start bringing things to you. So you set it and forget it. You let go. You made the request. You know what you want. You're not going to over worry about it. Is it happening now? Is this the husband he's sending me? Is this the opportunity? And you're going to know when things are right. You're going to have the inclination. And if you don't, you're going to pray about it. You're going to ask God for the discernment. You're not going to fear, if you ain't making the right choice, or if you are making the right choice, you're going to feel what is right with your intuition, and you're going to do that. So just set it and forget it. Don't overdo it. Don't not overdo it. You are attracting, not chasing. So make your move and then sit back and relax and wait for the next step. God's going to tell you, all right, you did this. Now it's time for you to do this. All right, you did that. Now you watch what I'm going to do for you up here. All right, open that door for you. Go through that door over there. All right, make this move over here. You see how this connection, it ain't fake. Everything that you just made a move. Now the move that you just made, the next step, all of a sudden you meet somebody and they have, or you see exactly what else goes with that for the next step, and then you go with it. You pay attention to the signs. And then you're like, okay, I get it. And it's the same kind of thing. Then you're going to repeat. You're going to go back, and then you're going to repeat 3, 2, and 1. You're going to kind of go into a cycle of repeating 3 and 2 and 1, because you're not going to want to speak on it, and you're going to need to make more goals on, make more moves. You made step 1, step 2, step 3. And then you're going to have to get back, jump back and say, all right, I made a move. Let me not overdo it. Let me step back. Let me let it breathe. Let me not overwater it. Let me let it breathe. And then I can go back, work on it some more. I don't tell nobody. and let it breathe. You know, you're gonna go through that, and then next thing you know, you're gonna look up and you're gonna have this big, huge empire that you built, this big, huge dream. This goal is gonna be accomplished, and then you're gonna be working on the next goal because you're gonna see it like, wow, this really worked. And then you just gonna get better at manifesting because you now know the method to manifest, or you found a method to work for you. So if you follow those 5 steps, those 5 steps will get you to your next goal, will get you to manifest your major move. You'll be doing a big one. What they call it, the big one. You'll be doing the big one. So that's how you're going to manifest your goals. Remember, you have the power to do this. You cultivate and shape your life. It's your responsibility. And if you try to doing things one way, maybe now it's time to do another way. But you chasing, you're not attracting, you trusting in God, you letting Him work for you. And then one other thing I wanted to add before I close is sometimes when I'm working, like that set it and forget it sometimes is hard. That let go. Because it's like, dang, all right, I did everything I could do. I want to see it happen the way I don't know if you control freak. Sometimes I like to control. I'm hands on. So I'm like, all right, I did everything. Well, all right, I want to see it sold tomorrow. Like, okay, God, it's like, wait a minute. All right, you did it, but give me time to, but here I'll get ahead of myself. Let me go ahead and put it on every single site. You know what I mean? Let me pay for done tons and tons and tons of advertising. God is like, you gonna waste your money because the way I do it, it's gonna work. It's no matter what you do, it's what I do. Let me do the rest. So in order to, one of the things that what I've mastered is I have multiple projects that I'm working on, so I'm not overly thinking and overly trying to do one thing. I'll write it down, I'll work on the thing, I do all the steps, and then in order for me to let go and release it and let the universe do its job, I'll just move on to the next thing I need to work on. I just take my mind off of it. That's what I call it, taking your mind off of it by multitasking and doing something else totally different so you don't put your mind on it. That is the best way for me, my method. I don't know how this works for you guys. If y'all got some suggestions, lay it down below. But I wanted to throw another jewel. I've been dropping these gems and jewels because I know they work. Shout out to y'all. Why don't y'all go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the video. But yeah, multitasking is a good way to keep your mind off of it and not stifle what God is doing, because your doubt, your skepticism, you're overly doing it. All it's going to do is push this from you receiving it as quickly as possible. Yes. So anyway, I have done that before, y'all. I have really, back in the days, I used to prolong my blessings because I used to get in my own way. I used to get in God's way. I wasn't trusted enough, and I used to think that it was me that had the power to do things. And I used to just mess stuff up. I used to be messing stuff up, boy, thinking I would talk to supervisors, everybody. God, like, you didn't have to do all that. You just made it you just made this stuff longer. Now you gotta wait for them purple to call you back this, and you didn't have to blow it up like that. I already had it in the bag. And I used to sit there like, dang, God, I really did do too much. I used to do that. Yeah, I've been there. So that's why I say don't get in your own way. Don't pick at it too much. Find something else to do if you feel like you're going to pick at it too much. Now I trust enough and I multitask. I use all the methods, whatever I need to. Because I understand life is about being flexible. It's about not being in routine. It's about being uncomfortable. So when you're not uncomfortable, when you're ready to maneuver, shapeshift, and meet, whatever is required at any given moment, and you're not in no comfort zone, then you good. So you gotta learn to be this chameleon. You gotta learn to be this person that is big enough to shapeshift and be different people. You play different roles. We're always gonna be the same person, but I always say play different roles and do what you're supposed to do. All right, now I'm going to end it right there. If y'all felt the message, like, share, subscribe. These are the top 5 major ways on how to make moves. Top 5 ways on how to make big major moves. Can't wait to see y'all here again. Bye.